My life, my world, nothing is the same anymore. Every day when I wake up, I see the same ceiling, the same walls, eat the same food, poop in the same bathroom, and in general do the same things. This window only exists to watch others, just there, enjoying the sunlight, smiling, living in the moment. While I'm here alone and it's all my fault. I left everything behind, but there was something I couldn't let go of. The very reason why I'm here. No one understood me. No one could see how that was. That was the only thing keeping me sane, and now, because of him, I'm alone. Now, with each passing day, I feel like I could have done things differently. Maybe I should just leave it like this and go outside. Maybe I'm still on time. Yes, I can do it. I just have to get up from this chair and... Maybe this is more fun than going outside. Damn, you piece of shit, are you going to the glue factory? In short, what an amazing game Umamusume Pretty Derby is. That's right, folks. This little horse girl game, which might look like the most questionable multimedia source known to man, ended up hooking me. Not just me, but a large part of the internet community. Actually, more than anyone first imagined. Because, my God, it's been a long time since I've seen so many people on the internet united by a phenomenon like this. But.
But
Well, that's where you're wrong. Dear viewer, you click this video curious about what this YouTuber who reacts like a bull without pills thinks of the game. Alright, so now, what is Umamusume and how do you get into it? I'll break this down into 4 simple points: reality, lore, anime, and game. Yes, I said reality. Although we don't have the advanced fantasy technology to give people animal ears and tails, horses do exist in our world. And in Japan, horse racing is, well, saying they're popular is an understatement. The sheer love that Japanese people can have for horse racing is something you wouldn't believe until you see it. You might wonder what reality has to do with a video game. All these horse girls are actually personifications of real racehorses from our world. That girl you're seeing on screen actually looks like this, which probably won't be an obstacle for most of you. Fucking degenerates. Remember, guys, never leave a Mexican alone with a donkey, and don't leave a Chilean or someone from Galicia alone either. So, in summary, this whole group of horse girls are actually representations of horses that competed in the real world. Their name, dreams, and essence are passed to Umamusume's world, where a horse girl takes their name and pursues their goal. In short, Umamusume relates to horses as Mushoku Tensei does to Japanese hikikomori. Essentially, it's an isekai, where your past problems fade away and now you're a handsome anime character. Except I don't turn into a guy who sleeps with everyone he meets. While he becomes the most powerful and badass being in his world, you turn into an anime girl who runs through her dreams. And that's not where it ends, because even though it's made pretty clear that the horse girls aren't exactly like their real-life versions, I mean, they don't keep their memories or anything, they follow a kind of destiny that leads them to take paths similar to those of their counterparts in our world. Being one of the clearest examples. Tokai Teiyo was a real horse who suffered a severe injury in 1992, leaving him disabled with a fatal prognosis, only to return to racing a year later, while his animated counterpart did the same. I avoid saying much about the series so you can watch it yourselves. She's essentially the anime girl Beline sings about while walking. This franchise does something interesting and confusing with its characters. The continuity is very strange. First, there's no bloodline continuity. Breeding is one of the most important aspects of horse racing. A successful horse is a horse with good genes, and a horse with good genes can pass on its talent to its offspring. And a horse capable of that is a horse that's worth a lot of money. It's not for nothing. The fact that you can acquire a foal with good genetics means an exorbitant expense. Do you really have no idea how much money moves just from breeding horses with good genetics? It's $1 million industry. As you can imagine, many racehorses ultimately become the offspring of other racehorses. That's why Umamusume's horse girls have relationships that, while not literal, reflect their real-life counterparts. For example, Symboli Rudolph and Tokai Teo were father and son in real life. What else? As mentioned, there are no horse boys since the franchise name means horse girl. So I doubt we'll ever see that in the franchise. But if you're curious, you just have to look at the ears, specifically at the accessories they wear there. If the girl wears one on her right ear, her real-life counterpart was male. On the left, her counterpart was female. Well, there's also feign motion, but we don't discuss feign motion here. As I said, the blood relationships aren't the same here because Umamusume's plot centers on a school where horse girls aim to become the best. Since all the girls are about the same age, blood relationships between horses don't exist. Symboli, Rudolph, and Tokai Teo are actually characters who live together at the academy. It doesn't appear that either is the parent of the other, though there are hints of a deeper closeness between them. What I like about this franchise is that it isn't limited by the real-world timeline. If that were true, many characters couldn't coexist. Realistically, and focusing on the anime, this is the case. In the first season, our main character is Special Wick, a horse who in real life competed from 1998 to 1999. In Season 2, Tokai Teo appears, who raced from 1990 to 1993. 5 years before Special Wick. It's even worse with Kita-san Black, the third season's main character who raced from 2015 to 2017. But on top of that, in the second season, we see Kita-san Black as a child, being a fan of Tokai Teo, and then in the third season, we see how Kita-san Black is already a teenager. Meanwhile, Teo and Special Wick look identical. This just shows that horses from different eras coexist, which seems normal to me. If what you're looking for is a story where we can see all of them compete against each other, it also means that the characters don't age. The only explanation I see channeling my Dragon Ball side is to play the Cyan card. I think these badass girls grow from childhood to adolescence faster, like animals do. They stay that age because it's efficient for them to stay strong longer. Remember, Scions work this way. They suddenly grow from about 4 to 6.5 feet tall and remain that height even at 80. In short, the lore of the horse girls is fascinating. I never thought this anime would be so much fun. But above all, I didn't imagine it would be something so emotional and inspiring as it turned out to be. That happens a lot with Spokon, honestly. Although, of course, seeing the dark and sad stories that many horses have had throughout history, well, it's something that's perfectly understandable. That's another thing. The magic of this anime is taking stories that ended badly in our world and giving them a hopeful twist. Cases like Silent Suzuka, where an injury led to her eventual death. The anime takes a more hopeful approach to a dark event, which helps justify any plot twists in the series. Because, of course, no matter how surreal a particular situation might seem, chances are that situation actually happened. Reality truly surpasses fiction, especially given what these horses symbolize and the respect the Japanese hold for them. What about Carreras' connection to the Yakuza video game series? I see why this franchise treats its characters with such respect and affection. Although, well, they say all these things are a myth. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we've already talked a lot about the lore in the anime. I also want to save some for a future video on the series if you're interested. So now let's move on to talk, yes, after a lot of context about the video game. To begin with, it's a gacha. He's already 90% scared. I know there are a lot of people who don't like these kinds of games, who basically see them as virtual casinos for minors. Which, that's mostly true. I even made a video on it myself. However, damn, I think I've never played a gacha as addictive as this one in terms of gameplay. But surely those who haven't played the game are wondering, what the hell is it about? They watch many streamers reacting to horse girl races, shouting at their screens like they bet money, but they have no clue what's happening. Don't worry, little ones. I'll guide you through this journey of addiction, training, and frustration. Seeing random number generator and randomness ruin what could have been a perfect run. Just like gambling in real life, because it won't be something that happens once, or twice, or 4 times, or 10. You have to get used to it. It's really like real-life gambling. First, there's the career mode, which may be confusing in Spanish since it's called career in English, referring to the career that our character will have over the years as a racer. But we also have race, which are literally that, races where we run on the track as usual. We select the mode and prepare to pick our ride. You can honestly choose any of them. For now, there isn't any meta regarding the bikes. So just pick the one you like the most. Options include Haru Caballo, who lost 113 races and became an internet favorite. Agnes, who has an amazing vibe and an awesome music video. Bakushin, who... The Mexican Pride McQueen, this damn bitch. There's also Golshi, and Oguricap, the fat one who eats a lot. Once you've chosen our donkey, or Uma, you have to look at the attributes, which go on a scale from G to S. G being crap, and S being the best. Although it's a racing game, the video game mainly focuses on resource management and strategy. I'll repeat, resource management and strategy. Yes, it's unusual for both the video game concept and a gacha, but that's how it is and it works. First, we have the tracks where our horse can run, grass or dirt. Some Umas run well only on one type, some do well on both, and a few excel at both, but this isn't an issue since the game assigns dirt races if you pick a dirt-specialized Uma. If you send her to one she isn't suited for, that's your responsibility. Then we have the distances, from shortest to longest. Sprints, middle distance, and long distance races. There are Humas that specialize in running short distances at maximum speed, others that are good at enduring long races, and others that perform well in intermediate races.
Does that sound good to you? 47 centimeters of running?
As before, some humans excel on one track type or multiple rated from G to S. Then there are the styles. The game explains it well, but basically, it's the position you'll keep for the entire race. You can tell it to maintain a leading position during the race, ensuring a good placement. But it could make your Huma tire faster in long races, possibly doing more harm than good. Come on, Golshi, come on, but don't fall behind. Move forward, move forward.
Son of a bitch. No, God.
I'm doing it. Hamburger, that's enough. The other styles are as you'd expect. You order your Uma to take a position further back, which can save energy, and in the end, give her the final push to try to reach first place. You can either keep sending your Uma to the front and risk her getting tired, or choose a Golshi, going in last place in the race and in the last seconds overtaking everyone with pure power. Damn Golshi. So dumb, just the way we like her. Alright, now that you've worked on your Uma, it's time to move on to the next thing. Inspiration. Instead of assigning parents to inherit genes, you choose two Umas who finish their races to inspire the new Uma you create, transferring stats, skills, and more. It's like breeding, but less disturbing than suggesting two of your Umas have been together. Never mind. Forget it. If I start explaining what this system really involves, we'll be here for 20, 30, or even 40 minutes. So I'll just say, give it whatever gives you the highest number in the stat you like. Or better yet, look for a specialized guide. Regarding the cards, each one boosts a stat. You should mainly focus on stamina and speed cards. If your Uma will run at the front, prioritize those two. If you're going for a Uma that will run further back, give her 1 or 2 power cards. She'll need it to overtake the others in the final stretch. And I have to say, this is the most important thing. This gacha is very strange. Not just in concept, gameplay, and genre, but also in its gacha system. Usually you focus on pulling characters in a gacha, right? Not here. Here the cards are the initial priority. The Uma, the horse girl, isn't very important. In fact, the guides actually advise you to ignore pulling for horse girls. The best thing is to pull for cards. Most notably, the famous Kita-san Black card dominated the Japanese server meta for about 2 years. It's important to have it with several dupes, etc. The thing is, yes, if you're going to start, is it not recommended to pull for characters? Interesting. Now let's play. The gameplay works like this. We're at the high school, it's Umamuse's school life. She has certain goals to achieve. Each turn, you can rest to recharge energy, level up skills, or compete in other races. Take your UMA to a small event to lift her spirits, and remember to train to level her up. 5 stats, speed, stamina, power, guts, knowledge. Each training session reduces your energy. Lower energy increases training failure risk, which can cause negative conditions. Will you need to heal it at the infirmary and lose your turn? Watch this corner closely. These are the support cards you placed earlier. If you do this training, the cards there will level up a bit. Ideally, in the turns before the first objective, you should focus only on raising the attributes that have these icons here. Doing this more often levels up your cards faster. After the first turns, you'll enter your first race and experience it. Umamusume, yelling at your screen for your horse to win, and if she loses, it's off to the glue factory or maybe hamburgers. A full burger? After finishing the race, you'll unlock more races before your next goal. The more races you win, the more fans you'll get. Fans are just numbers that go up and aren't that important, other than helping you level up. UMA may use or skip this ultimate move during the race. If you're a regular gacha player, you probably enjoy seeing numbers rise. Pay close attention to what that ultimate says, because some require specific conditions to activate. But if not, the best thing to do is to train and raise your stats based on what I said before. But as always, play however the hell you want. And as for the gacha, take advantage, cabron. The card that was in the meta for 2 years on the Japanese server is available, so go all in on that damn card. I started discussing summon lore, but ended up giving a quick tutorial on how to use this to regain life. But well, in the end, the thing that looked like some kind of huge furry fantasy ended up being a tribute to a lot of horses that maybe didn't have the best fates. But now they not only have a second chance to shine, but they also have a place in the hearts of the players. Haru Urara lost all 113 of her races, and now the internet literally gave her more than 2 tons of grass so she can enjoy her retirement in peace. Sometimes the internet is great. Superman would be proud. Also, there's a video on the channel, just being honest. I wasn't planning to try this game, but since everyone was raving about it, I gave it a shot. And oh my god, I don't think I'll ever be able to recover from what it's been doing to me. This game, no matter how simple I tried to make it seem, this damn game has an incredible complexity and depth. Here's a quick, simple video to discuss Addition. And if you want a full review video of the anime, you can let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for making it this far. And remember, never give up. Why, you ask? Because Haru Urara persisted.